Hello, and welcome to today's webinar, itracks, iMarkIt. Today, we will be introducing you to a product that we have built that can be embedded into both your asynchronous and real-time activities. My name is Leon Borner, and I'm the Director of Sales here at itracks, and I'm pleased to host this discussion today. Joining me is Troy O'Connor, one of itracks project developers. Troy is our resident expert on how to leverage our tools and our services in creative new ways and within unique project designs. Using his extensive skill set and understanding of user experience, Troy helps clients to optimize their studies using the software suite and ensuring they achieve successful project outcomes. With his background in interactive media and media design, Troy is perfectly suited to support itracks clients' execution of successful projects. We do expect that there'll be some questions today. Please put any you have into our chat area, and we will circle back to the questions before the end of today's webinar. So before we dive into the actual iMarkIt product, I think it would be helpful for us to provide a little bit of context. So Troy, as the designer and the builder of this tool for our clients, I have to ask, what inspired you to build it?
Great question. I was tasked with looking for interactive tools that can go into our tool and be embedded into our software. And what I realized was that a lot of the tools out in the market at this moment in time, they can be very tedious and you have to spend a lot of time learning how they actually operate and work. So I kind of took that into my consideration in my design when creating this particular tool. My idea was to keep it simple, easy, user friendly. With a click of a button, a participant can interact with a markup tool, and then it kind of evolved from there.
Yeah, thank you, Troy. Two of itracks' founding values that we talk about all the time are to assume first that it can be done and to serve our client. And it's really those two founding principles and values that has allowed Troy to leverage his creativity and build what we are proud to show you here today. So now let's get on to the star of the show, which is iMarkIt. The first aspect of iMarkIt that we want to share is the heat map feature. So heat maps are a visual system to gain high-level representation of user feedback. The primary purpose of a heat map is to better visualize the volume of locations or events within a response set and assist in directing viewers towards areas on data visualizations that matter most. That said, heat maps are much more than that. What many people don't realize is that heat maps can be applied to a handful of data visualizations. Because of their reliance on color to communicate values, heat maps are perhaps most commonly used to display a more generalized view of numeric values. In many cases, colors are easier to distinguish and make more sense than raw numbers. Heat maps are also multifaceted and can be used in more literal senses. So for example, to showcase hot and cold or density zones on a concept. The versatility of an exercise like a heat map is that it is efficient in drawing attention to audience trends. And it's for these reasons they've become increasingly popular within the analytics community. While other data visualizations must be interpreted either by analysts or business users, heat maps are innately self-explanatory. The darker the shade, the greater the quantity, or the higher the value, or the tighter the dispersion. So when existing data visualizations are paired with heat maps, their ability to rapidly communicate key insights to the viewer is greatly enhanced. Further, the iMarkIt heat map feature allows you to tie in your quantitative data collection to the qualitative insights that are essential for sound decision making. So we've talked a little bit about the why behind the product. Let's talk a little bit more about value and where our clients are getting great utility out of the product and tool. And really, I want to focus on two areas today. The first is in early concept development. For example, let's say you receive a concept from your marketing department or external third-party agency. iMarkIt allows you to convene feedback from your internal constituents and stakeholders to get an early first look at what your projected audience may think. In some cases, there may be a case to get this early feedback prior to going out to your wider audience in a quantitative exercise. A second is when you're ready for more advanced concept testing or message testing. This comes into play when a formulated concept or a statement piece has already been constructed, and there's been some work that has created what a reasonable expectation of what a visual or statement is going to be. It allows for great hypothesis testing or theory testing along the way. So really, it's not just what the respondents and audience are thinking, but more importantly, the why behind their choice, and to be able to express themselves within the emoticon text boxes. Generating that feedback helps to create the heat map Word document to allow for both quantitative and qualitative analysis and discussion internally. At itracks, we actively seek user feedback as part of our product roadmap and development journey from our clients. And with the continued growth of online qualitative research, one of the most consistent comments we get is that ease of use must be at the forefront of anything that we build. And thankfully, we've got that expert in Troy who takes those comments to heart. Troy, can you walk us through your thought process when building iMarkIt and how you've built it to have those principles in mind, ease of use and agility?
Sure. I primarily focus on the user experience, the participant experience. So, because really, we all know that time is valuable in a focus group, and the last thing we want is somebody taking 5 to 10 minutes to understand a particular exercise. There are tools out there in the market, as mentioned previously, that they're great, but they're complex. You had to spend a bit of time kind of learning them. So my idea was to focus on a simple one-page solution that can be embedded in all our products, and basically the participants are able to engage and interact and have fun with the product, and it's just a simple share from the moderator. Then I focused on the moderator and observer participant point of view. And really what I wanted was the ability to be able to, my apologies, let me just repeat that. I thought moderators and observers, what they really need was the ability to see things in real time. They need to have the ability to download reports instantly. And we added those features into this particular product, which I'll be showing you later on today.
Yeah, thank you, Troy. We've received already a great deal of feedback from clients that are using iMarkIt, asserting how easy the tool is to embed into their studies in order to capture those insights, but also some great comments about how playful it is and how participants are really enjoying the ability to use it easily within a study. So we've discussed the why behind the product and how it ties back into some great research principles. Troy, can you help us look at some use case examples, please?
For sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually share the video with you guys, and I'm going to narrate over it, and I'm going to explain the perspectives of from the perspectives the user role perspectives in our software. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you the moderator and observer point of view in real. So what we've done is we've done a study a few weeks ago, and basically we integrated the iMarkIt into the study. We had a moderator basically ask us questions, and we had to mark up the concept. And as you can see, the moderator is at the very bottom there, and he's actually asking us questions as the pins are coming through. And the idea behind that is that the moderator can see everything in real time as well as the observers. And if he clicks on those pins, he's actually able to see the responses and who they came from. And so he's able to probe further on those responses. You can actually see it happening here. You can see he's talking to us, he's asking us questions, he's asking us to kind of explain a little bit more on those responses, and they're still coming in, and they're being tallied up, and what I can actually show you is how those reports can be viewed and downloaded in a few seconds here. I wanted to show you the participant point of view. So the participant point of view is very simple. They're able to select the emoticon, the icons on the top left-hand corner. There are instructions before the participant actually gets to this part of the exercise that you can watch a little video that basically explains how it works. So what everything's happening right now is it's being shown to the moderator. The moderator is actually able to probe on these responses, and everything is coming in real time. And then you can actually get an overall aggregate chart of seeing who likes what and where the dislikes are on the particular concept. So right now you can see the moderator is situated in the top left hand corner in real time, and he's just observing the comments, and he's just probing for that. This is now the board from the moderator and observer point of view. Moderators can instantly get in there, and they can actually pull reports during the duration of the study. They have the ability to pull reports in the moment, there and then, and after the study is completed. So this is now the participant point of view. So as the board is asynchronous, the participant can be set up, can log in throughout the duration of the time. They can actually respond to this particular exercise, and everything is captured in real time. So that means that the moderator can log in throughout the duration of the particular board, and they can pull reports instantly, in the moment, and after the fact.
These are two examples that really exhibit how functional the tool is and how you can incorporate it into both a real-time activity and a longitudinal study over time. So previously we had mentioned using it in concept or early concept development, or when a more advanced concept is ready for input, and the ease of use. It's important that we also discuss another consideration is, how long does it take to set it up and get concepts loaded into a study, as well as how quickly those reports are going to become accessible to you as a user. The lead time required to get iMarkIt added to your activity is relatively low. We do ask for your concepts to be submitted into our team about 48 hours prior to the launch of your activity or your study starting. From there, our team will load the iMarkIt exercises into your project. What this does is this timing allows you to review the activity before it goes live into your study, or before the participants see it, in case you do want to make any last-minute changes. Following the execution of your real-time report activity, the reports are available to you in an instant. Troy, can you walk us through an example of how quickly those reports are available and what some of the outputs for our clients look like?
Sure. So now what I'm going to show you is actually we done a study not too long ago with 44 users in the itracks board, and what we did is we showed them a visual concept, and we got some qualitative responses in regards to that concept. So you see here that we got 35 likes, we got 7 dislikes for confused. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to primarily focus on the 4 confused right now, and then I'll show you what that looks like from the perspective of a print screen and a match up to the responses. So if I go to the next page here, you can see that we have, out of those 44, we had 4 that were confused. We're able to pinpoint on the concept, on the canvas just there on the left hand side, where what they're referring to. So for example, if I follow the color here is dark, and this is participant 100403, and I follow that down, he's referring to the typography to the bottom left column just there. We can do this. So this is, you can see here that these are multiple participants that we can capture and we can take screenshots of. So if I scroll down to I'm going to go to the next page and show you individual responses. So I picked, in this particular case, I picked participant 100545. And then you can see that there's 3 likes, which we can see here on the left hand side, and we can actually pinpoint where they are on the screen. So for example, in this particular case, he goes, a picture of the aircraft shows amazing experience, and I can just follow that up, and then we can see that he's actually referring to the aircraft there. So this is basically how you can kind of pull your reports, kind of show it in the PowerPoint and display it. But what I'm also going to do is I'm actually going to show you what it looks like from the point of view in real time when reports are actually coming through. So what I'm going to do is, just bring me a second, I'm just going to do another screen share. Okay. So this is our reports for that recent study that we just showed you in that video. So what we're able to do here is we're able to kind of break down the results here, and we're able to take print screens, download an Excel of the reports, and so on. So one thing I want to show you here in the top left-hand corner, you'll see that there's the like, dislike, and confused aggregate results. So what we're actually able to do here is we're able to filter these down. So if I click this, you'll see that the canvas actually removes the dislikes and likes. If I do it for dislikes, it does the exact same thing, and for confused, the exact same thing. What this is this is your overall aggregate results for all your activities, so all your groups that you ran. So on the top right hand corner, we have your group. So in this particular case, we have an iTracks Realtime, and we also have iTracks Board that we've done this group in. So we're able to filter by the overall aggregate result on the top left hand corner. We're also able to filter by group by selecting the group and the status we want to filter by. And if I click there, you'll see that if I go like and dislike, we can break those down as well. We can break them down by individuals. And we're able to also, if I go back to the confused here, I'm able to click the button icon, and it will display the comment in the canvas. So I can see that it's displayed in the canvas here. I can also select the canvas, and it will display in here. So this is what your moderator is actually looking at in the real-time environment. So they're able to actually break down and ask questions and probe and dig deep into these particular comments. We do have the ability to take screenshots, so we can take screenshots of the pins here. We also have the ability to play with the opacity of the background. So let's say if you want to add more contrast, you can bring it up. If you want to have less, you can bring it down. This is very useful for the heat map. So if I jump into the heat map here, we have the ability to do everything in the heat map area as well. So we can break it down by like, dislike, neutral. We can do per group. So let's say we're going to focus on the likes and only. We can do dislikes as well. So let's say if I want to show the dislikes for the iTracks Board and iTracks Realtime, and we can do it per individual participant as well. We do have the ability to take screenshots. So what you can actually do here is we can take screenshots, and then you can actually capture all the responses, and then you can download this and add it to your reports. With a simple right click, save to desktop, and then you have this available to view in your reports. I can actually show you an example here.
That's great, Troy, and I really appreciate that. And you know, as our audience can see, the iMarkIt tool is a great way to broaden project design and get some instantaneous feedback that holds both quantitative and qualitative value. It looks like we've got an active audience today with some really great questions, Troy. So I'll come to you for the first one. In an online discussion board, can you get interim results partway through the project showing an aggregate view?
Yes. So if you're halfway through the project, you have the ability to break down the results and grab those responses. So let's say you're doing a 3-day board and you want to get a result at the end of day 1, you can do that. You have the ability to jump in, generate the results, have it available in your reports, and day 2 do the exact same thing, day 3 do the exact same thing.
Yeah. I think this question must have come a little bit earlier in the presentation because we've just shown it, but it's important that we address it. So how quickly can I export my results into a report? And it is relatively instantaneous, right? It is merely with a click of a button, you've got access to get those insights right away, which is something that, you know, we'd heard from our clients prior to building this out. So absolutely. Another question was, does the tool allow for text highlighting? And, you know, we do get this question often from clients who are using the product. And what I would say is it's not a traditional text highlighter, but the pins and the text boxes within the emoticons certainly allow for respondents to highlight, you know, thoughts or feedback on aspects of text. So while it may not necessarily highlight the text in a traditional sense, you know, that maybe some people are familiar in some quant exercises, but we've seen clients really successfully use it to highlight aspects of text, whether it be, you know, font style, sizing, actual word choice. I'm sure you'd agree with that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Can the tool be used interactively with video?
Not at this time. We do have some experiments that we're playing with. I can't go too much into that, but basically, all I can say is it's not at this time.
Yeah. Okay, great. Here's another one. Is that ability to get interim results in an online discussion board limited to the moderator, or do observers have the ability to look at interim results themselves as well?
Observers have the exact same access as the moderator, and we built that with that conscious mind, because we actually talked to a lot of our customers, and we asked a lot of our clients, sorry, and we asked them like, do you want that ability, and the overall answer was yes.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. What functionality does iMarkIt offer with respect to breaking out quadrants of the exercise for further analysis?
Yeah, you do have the ability to download that Excel grid, and with that you are provided all the responses and all the data. So if you have tools that you want to kind of throw them into, we have it set up in a way that you can do that. So if you have like a workload generator or something like that, you can use the data to do that, the Excel data.
Yeah, great response. Thanks, Troy. Just looking here. I think that's all we've got for questions at the moment. I'll just take a quick look to make sure that we aren't missing anything else. Great. So, we're really excited to share this with you today. We've seen clients adopt this product more and more into their studies. We've tried to build it in a way that we've referenced as agile, that allows you to embed it into a study on relatively short notice. And, for quick turnaround projects, it's really great. If anybody has any questions or would like to discuss or get a demo of itracks iMarkIt, you can certainly reach out to us at any time by visiting our website or calling out to any member of our team. We really appreciate everybody joining us today. And Troy, thanks for showing us what you built.
Yeah. Thanks for everybody joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.